Yeah, there's absolutely zero people watching.
Well, Lucius just wasn't here.
Oh, I know he'll be back in. He's probably tapering from back to forth. So
yeah, probably trying to win giveaways on some other live.
Yep. So how are things going? Anything new?
Nope. I had an interview. Don't want the job, but they never got back a hold of me anyways, so I don't think they want me either. I walked in and I'm wearing like a retro shirt and my normal shit, and like everyone in there is in like white button-down long sleeve shirts, and it's a beige cubicle bank, and I'm like,
oof. Yeah, I had one of those down at in Cedar. I remember going in for this one. I forgot what it was for. Probably medical supply shit or something. And it's like you can't even get interviews past the interview. It's like, nope, you can easily do the job, but nope. I had like two or three of those little medical ones. What's going on, Las
What's up, Lucius? Just win any giveaways today?
Oh,
he's been on a streak. He won something the other day. It was guess that key, right? You won last week, I think, is what I saw, or something else.
Oh, nice.
I can't remember.
I could say I've not even. I have coming down here every day trying to get rid of shit, and as we saw, the mystery box was a dump. Several people told me to tag them in it, and then I knew what's his face. So yeah, I basically already we're doing something different now. I don't know if you read my thing or not.
No, I didn't see it.
What I'm gonna do is you can look through your stuff and sell me some stuff if you got it. Dope.
What's up, Rob?
His microphone must be
muted.
I said don't.
Oh, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, hang on. I got something I want to show you, Rob. That not a comic book, but it's still cool, and you might have mild.
Take it off, baby.
Hang on. I got
it on the big screen. Let's see it. Take the clothes.
Oh, damn it! My water's all empty.
Camera off. Do that. No, like I was saying, the mystery boxes failed, which is fine. I'm figuring they're dead. So I'm going to do instead was what's his face has coming to him. Ooh.
It's a pulp magazine from 1947.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first written published work of Andre Norton, pretty famous like pulp sci-fi author. Like won this as like a buyer's giveaway on a whatnot. It's like the coolest buyer's giveaway I've ever gotten. But I don't know.
Those pulps are really kind of cool for the covers, but
yeah,
most of them that I've seen, unless the interiors just are shite, and that's just because they're shit paper to begin with. And then even if you tried to preserve them, they just don't hold up.
It's probably about a 3.0. I mean, it's not god awful. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of it or not. I mean, it's yellowed and.
Oh yeah, I mean they're all brown pages.
But I mean, it's attached and complete and just kind of. I mean, for what it is, it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
And not that the interior is not that interesting. I'm probably never going to read it. I don't know. I probably should sell it, but I'm like, it's just fucking cool. So we'll see.
The question is, I know that there's some market for some of them. It's mostly dependent upon the cover. And it's just, I have no idea what it is with that market. I know it was like really hot as soon as CGC said we're going to start grading pulps. Everybody and their brother started all of a sudden buying up pulps and stuff, thinking that was going to be a new big thing.
Yeah.
And then I don't see them at cons.
I mean, I own a few just because I got them super cheap during that rush, and like I thought the covers were cool. So,
but everybody a lot of finally said, "I can finally get rid of these, you dumb fucks."
What's that?
Said when people who had them finally said, "I can finally get rid of these, you dumb fucks."
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's buying them.
Oh, you can unembiggen me,
huh?
You can make me small.
Make him normal.
Oh, come on.
I know you can't really make him normal, but I mean, do your best.
So yeah,
this is still one of the cooler buyers giveaways I won. The guy's like, "What kind of stuff do you like?" I'm like weird old sci-fi shit. He's like, "Hang on," and so we grabbed it. So
I got I'm 2 days into a roof rebuild.
Oh, fun!
So I had having my roof tore off completely. And then having them suck out and all the attic insulation and sanitize it and seal it and rodent proof it, put new insulation in, all new roofing. The thing is they're supposed to start at 8 a.m. Day one, 7 a.m. The doorbell
Here they
rang.
come.
Now, fortunately, I start work at 6, so 7 o'clock's not a big deal. Except that I do have a meeting then, but it's like, okay, tell my team in Romania, hold on a second.
Sure.
I go to the door, and the dude at the door doesn't speak English at all. Nobody on the crew who's there speaks English, and they're trying to give me instructions or ask me questions, and I'm like, look, my Spanish is for show; it's not for go.
Yeah.
It's like. So no, I can't help you. And they eventually figured out, eventually they were asking me to move a car or something. And so they started doing their work. And when the regular crew shows up, at one point I start talking to the foreman guy. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't appreciate when you tell me at 8 o'clock and nobody here speaks English at the time. He says, oh, no, my crew all speaks English. I said, not the people who came to my door at 7 a.m. to do demo work. He's all, oh. I'll talk to them, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, it won't happen again. Everyone will be here. Start time is 8 o'clock because that's when our company starts.
Yeah.
All right. This morning, day 2, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Ding dong. This fucking the shingle delivery company.
They meant 8 a.m. Mountain Time.
Well, though the thing is that the roofing company all starts at 8, but all their subcontractors. Yeah, there's some kind of so the shingle truck is there to deliver the roofing materials.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, I got all the roofing materials. I'm all, okay, great. He's all, well, I need you to sign here so I can deliver them. As I grab his form and I take a look at it, and the first thing it starts off with is a waiver of any and all responsibility for any and all damage or whatever else. I'm all, nope, sorry, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Gave it back to me. So, what do you mean? I said, I'm not signing away liability to you. I don't know you. I didn't hire you. I'm sure as hell not signing off on this. He's all, well, I mean, I need to be able to put the shingles up on the roof and I need a waiver. Well, not my fucking problem. He's all, well, what do I do? I said, you can put them in the driveway. The guys can shuck them up the ladder by hand the old fashioned way for all I care.
Yeah.
I said, call the roofing company. So he was parked out in the street for like 45 minutes, same as, trying to get a hold of the company that doesn't start till 8 a.m. And finally, I guess they get a hold of somebody. And because I talked to my sales guy finally, I told him, I said, hey, I'm not fucking signing this shit away. And he goes, I understand. If I was a homeowner, I probably wouldn't do it either. And then he goes, especially since I've already fought with them over signing over. I've already told them once when we signed the contract, I wasn't signing their mandatory arbitration and signing off my rights for legal recourse. I made them redline that.
Yeah, they don't get. Yeah.
So he already knows where I stand.
Yeah,
and I go,
you're the 1 in 100 pain in the ass that reads the contract.
Right. I said, hey, if you guys are going to cover it under your guys' insurance and stuff, fucking go ahead. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, they can go up and down the ladder with the stuff there. And he goes, oh, well, we don't do that, but let me talk to the owner. Next thing I know, a few minutes later, I get the truck drivers back in my door again. He goes, did you talk to Pablo? Well, I didn't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
He goes, oh. And he goes back on the phone again. He's like, oh, somebody else. He goes, oh, never mind, boss. We got it covered. The next thing I know, they're shucking the shit up they're elevating it up. So obviously somebody else's insurance must have covered it because I didn't sign nothing.
Nice.
I'm like, and it's so funny because they came when they started with their original contract, and this is exciting, riveting. I understand.
It's about as riveting as like weekly medical problems.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit different. So they sit there and they're like, oh, their contract says, mandatory arbitration, you get sign over your right. Well, and I'm like, oh, I'm not signing this. And he goes, well, that's our standard. I said, well, your standard is a violation of state law. And he's all, what do you mean? I said, well, and I cite the law for him. I said, this, as you should know, I said, the state of California requires for any single family, single residence roofing or construction job. I said that you cannot mandate arbitration. In fact, you're required on your contract to have in at minimum 10-point font, bold face stating that this is optional and not mandatory. And he goes, oh, I said, the only change that's happened is January of 2026, new state law requires mandatory mediation before any optional arbitration or judicial action can take place. I said, and so I will accept mandatory mediation, as is the law. I'll even go as far as to accept the voluntary option of accepting arbitration from blah, blah, but I will not sign off on my legal rights whatsoever. And he's like, well, we're not trying to do stuff and get, we don't have any legal actions and stuff. I said, yeah, and look at me. I've never been a plaintiff in a case. That doesn't change anything. I'm not like suing people willy-nilly. I'm just a fucking smart person. Okay.
The joys.
Fun.
So the worst, it's the worst nightmare is to have somebody whose job, and I warned them ahead of time. I said, my job is reading and writing contracts. So guess what's going to happen when I get to be the guy redlining a contract?
I'm sure they're swearing about you in Spanish.
It gives me a fucking hard on. What are you talking about?
There you go.
They should be done. You know what? They'll probably be done tomorrow. They completed the complete. They removed the solar panels.
Yeah.
And stacked them separately, and then did complete teardown yesterday. And then today they've got all the shingles up. They've done, or they had the first inspection yesterday as well. Then today they did all the board, the board repair that needed to be done. Yeah. They put all the shingles are up, all the new flashing, all that stuff. Tomorrow they got to come out. They've got to finish a couple minor things. They got to put up all the rain gutters. And then they got to paint all the replace all the trim that they've replaced. So they have to paint it and paint the gutters, and then reinstall solar. So it's probably tomorrow, but it could be Thursday at the latest. Sure. But
gutters shouldn't take that long. If you don't have a big house,
especially the way that these guys do the job. I mean, they come out. It's a crew. It's not like two. It's not 2 or 3 guys. There's like 6 guys up on the roof doing, in 2-man teams working different sections and stuff.
Oh yeah, roofers. If you get a big team of roofers, they are fast as hell.
Yeah, that's it. And this is a legit company. I mean, they're pretty. They weren't the cheapest of my bids by any stretch of the imagination, but they weren't the most expensive. But they were the most highly rated, and the only one that's like. The roofing all the roofing material out here everybody's doing is pretty much just Corning, and Corning has a standard 50-year warranty, but they only warranty the product unless it's installed by one of their platinum installers, which is about 1% of all their installers. And this guy is the platinum, so then Corning also backs the labor and installation for 50 years as well. So everything is 100% covered for 50 years. Now, that's a pro-rated 50 years, but whatever.
You'll be dead long before it.
Damn straight I'll be dead by then, and hopefully I'll have moved on before even he gets halfway there. Concrete delivered to his house and truly looked like a mixed truck driver.
Oh, Jesus.
Hit the back wall. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, this guy was talking about, I'm just going to back a truck up. I'm going to put this conveyor belt up on the roof. I'm just going like, okay, so you back into my driveway. You back up your conveyor belt hits the edge of my roof. You're uploading a bunch of freaking shingles, and all of a sudden there's a bad spot in that plywood everybody missed, and it fucking crashes through as that load hits the roof. I mean, there was a couple times while they were going, because they had all the guys on the roof. Plus there was a separate crew of like 2 or 3 guys that were doing all the insulation in the attic space simultaneously, that there was so much pounding and stuff going on. I'm like, there were chandeliers and stuff. And I'm like, I'm checking. Okay. Those are good. All right. Are they still solid on the wall? Yep. All right, good.
You need key guard to guard your slab. Never mind.
You know what? These things have taken, some of these have taken dives multiple times, and they're just fine. It's just not, they're not, I mean, if they hit just right, yeah, they could, but for the most part, they're
The
pretty
key guard
durable.
guy, I made the mistake of responding to one of his like Instagram messages, and I'm like, "Oh, you're in Wisconsin too," and now he just fucking won't shut up about it. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm not a slab guy. Like slabs alone are supposed to protect the fucking book. I don't need a protector. Like, you know, like
hey, I'm not playing Quidditch.
I'm not double bagging them. You know, like
right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, the single bag makes sense only because I've seen too many slabs where I've not bagged them, and I go, "Oh, well, that's a."
I know, but like well, his thing on
yeah.
our product, it's just like a border, like and then you put it around the slab, then you can hang it from that thing if you line it all up. I'm like, yeah.
Point of February, agreeing to the delivery, the driver company weren't. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's like their standard thing. Is like you agree.
Oh
to
yeah,
delivery,
they try and sneak they all try and sneak that shit into. Like it's none of it's surprising.
Yeah, when they bring to me a full page text and he just says, "Oh, you just need to sign here for the just delivery," I go, "Oh, you got a full
like all
page."
The home inspectors all have something in their clause saying they're not responsible. They miss shit.
Yeah, you give me a full page of text, I'm gonna read that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so that's good. Only problem is now as I went out and I looked at it, I'm like, oh, there's a lot more white in the color in the roof than I thought. I'm not sure it goes with my house. I might have to repaint the whole house now.
Damn.
Yeah, if I do, it's going to be because also the house it's been 20 years since I painted it, so or maybe 15. Whatever it is, it's been a few years since the house was painted anyway, so but it's kind of like an excuse, you know, it doesn't match anymore. I don't know. It's like wearing a green hat with a red shirt. I don't know, just unless it's Christmas time, it's just dumb.
Now I got Princess of Comic Canes asking me how she can combine shipping on eBay. I'm like, I don't know. I don't do it the way you're doing it. So, anyways,
how you combine it?
Well, she's selling and she's like trying to figure out how to combine shipping on there and for the
for multiple items.
Buyer. Yeah.
What I think it's if you, as I recall, if they put it into the cart all as one, and then then they purchase, but they don't pay for it right away.
Yeah, it's after they're paid
for
it.
They have to ask you before
after they paid for it. You have to go and issue a partial refund.
Yeah, and see the way I have all my listings set up, it's after they pay for it because I if it's a buy it now, I have it checked where they have to pay right away because I've had too many dicking around with other people the other way, and I'll just refund them, and I don't really give a shit. Like fuck it. So
yeah.
Okay, because I mean I know that for a while it used to be like you could buy something and then put it in your cart and you'd go to hit buy and it would come up with the total, but before you actually process the payment you could then go you could contact the seller about it and they could consolidate shipping. But otherwise, yeah, you just tell them, hey, tell them that to pay for it, you'll refund them the difference.
Yeah,
once you print out the actual, of course, if it could also be with, who knows, with PayPal or eBay, could not matter. I mean, just refund them one of the shipping charges, and I don't know. It's been a while since I actually sold anything on there.
I've sold quite a lot, but it's mainly just one here, one there. All of a sudden, one.
I've been doing it quite a bit, so she's probably be like live right now.
Right.
Remember that little peanut cup I showed you guys? It like sold within like 3 days of me putting it out, and I put that Snoopy on there for like $30, even with a broken leg. I can't unzip his uniform to look how bad the leg is broken. But
you're trying to take his clothes off. Got it.
I'm 3 weeks away from becoming a top seller on their rating, unless somebody bitches in the next 3 weeks about something.
God damn! I'll have to go look to see what you're selling then.
So how do you tell if you're? I
don't probably have a whole lot you want, unless you want some Golden Age Jungle Girl books. But
how do you tell if you're a top seller?
They tell you.
It'll say into your feedback, and you have to have over 1,000 sales and certain like no defect rates, and then a satisfaction score and shit. And it's a lot of criteria, but
Not me.
700.
I'm rated a top buyer.
nice. Yeah. I don't really buy a lot on eBay. Like I do once in a while, but I've checked out eBay Live. I don't like it.
I don't like it. No, I don't want to do eBay Live, but I have my preferences on where I like to buy stuff, but
yeah,
eBay every once in a while it's a necessary evil because there's certain books that I go looking for, like one that'll be in this Monday's video that like there's just no there.
Yeah,
like, I looked all over the place and there was like one for sale. I did find it cross-listed on 2 different platforms. And actually, I guess I didn't buy it on eBay. I actually bought it on the other platform. But like I used eBay against them because for some reason they actually had eBay was like $70 less than they had it on their own platform.
Oh yeah,
comic collectors or collectors comics or whatever it is.
People, there's sellers and shit that do that all the time. You have to hunt around and it's
well, I think what it is, they changed the price one place and forgot to change it someplace else, and or whatever. But I messaged them on Collectors Comics because I figured that
every once in a while I'll go on eBay and I'll buy like those bulk lots just to resell. But
yeah. This is one I had to talk somebody down $200 and show them what the reality was and get them to finally come down and go, okay, now I will buy.
The cards I'm buying right now, the ones from China, the only place to get them is off eBay. Really, I try to. There's no really hazard.
How about Temu?
They're actually more expensive. You get them for Temu. Nice. You can get the box, the Rivals box for $99, I think. And on from the guys who I don't know, Card Fund. I got either way. The main distributor of it was on eBay is like $80. They're like $80. So it's not terrible, but I've been getting into the Rivals set. It's I don't know, just they're the cards.
You find new ways to spend money that you probably shouldn't spend.
No, I've been trying to make money. I've been paying down credit cards. So I've been using the money.
So you're buying things. Got it.
Oh no, I had that for a while. Now I'm trying to pay them down. So we're consolidating all of our stuff. And so my wife said each of us gets $500 out of the sale of the house. So I decided to buy cards, and I'm selling all the extras. So I'm using that to either buy different ones or whatever. Mystery boxes. The thing I was saying about that is I know they're pretty much done. But what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna come up with one. DJ got the first version of it because I know he wanted Amazing Spider-Man. He knows that's what he was hoping for. So instead of sending his,
so you rigged it?
No, I took everything apart. I took the other ones down. I stopped the sale of them.
So you gave him what he wanted out of.
Oh yeah, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a themed box.
So you rigged it.
No, there's no other boxes for sale. How can you rig something? I took them all down before.
Oh, you guys should definitely continue this chain of conversation for 15 more minutes.
Yeah, you think it wasn't? I stopped the sale of them and decided I was going to instead now do theme boxes. So I'm going to put together Fantastic Four, Avengers, just using the stock I have over here left, and then I know
you're going to do curated mixed mystery boxes, right?
Curated to a point, but they're going to be pre-done. Like I'm going to do an Avengers, I'm going to do a Captain America box with a Captain America slab, and then some older Captain America books. I've got a bunch of Thor, and then I'm just going to come up with whatever price, about what they're going for. Then price it at that, and then I'll seal them up and leave them. There's not going to be. It'll be at least a silver, a few Silver Age books, bronze, and if I can find if I have a decent slab, it just depends. I've got about 10 different Avengers slabs. I really don't need under 100, laying around that I was going to try to select. And then with the X-Men ones, I've got number 9. I'm going to get that's the extra number 9 slabbed. So that'll be in an X-Men box or something, and then I'll leave them in stock and just make a stack of them. If somebody wants one, I'll lay off, something like that instead. But with him, I asked what kind he wanted, just like everybody. If somebody wants a Thor one, I'll try to put together a Thor one. If I don't have the books for it, I don't put it together. So.
Yes, Rob.
If the extra X-Men number 9 is not graded, and you're just going to get rid of it, why pay to grade it just so you can turn around and?
Because I want to see what's better than what I have.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I have a 4. I have a 3 point or 4.0, I think.
You can't tell by looking at it.
It looks to be a little better.
It's going to be real close probably, and he's just not.
There's no on the one I've got. It has like browning around the edges and the top and bottom. It's a weird thing, and I'm assuming this is like a 5, and my slab is a 4. So I'm hoping for a grade bump, and then it's only 100. Without grading it, it's only about $120 book. I think is what Jack B said.
But you add grading on top of it, and the cost is $45 plus by the time you factor in shipping and everything else these days. So
just like the number 30, I've got to go back and look at that one to make sure. I'm gonna slowly go through the ones and still get what I want, but I'm more I've been more putting stuff locally. I got rid of 5,000 sports cards the other day for $100. I've had these cards for years when I used to collect. Kept the ones I liked, kept some Yankees, kept some Dallas Cowboys, and I'm just, I have 3,000, but it's under 3,000. Well, probably about 2,500 more. I'm slowly putting together and finding and just putting stuff locally. I need to clean out. I got boxes of statues and stuff.
Yeah, well, me too. That's why I'm unloading on eBay and whatnot. Although I'm not sure I'll be selling on whatnot much anymore. So
I won't sell whatnot because just like you're having problems, that's going to be my problem.
Yeah. Well, hey, on an unrelated note, because I'm a shameless bastard, Rob, I'll be putting up some Golden Age bubble helmet related shirts on Failure Force in the next couple days. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Now, when I was collecting comic books, I had 2 major characters. I loved Lobo and I loved Gambit, right? So then when this came out, I bought it for myself.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and then. This is the buy for myself. And then, of course, they also now have the Jason Momoa version of Lobo. So I've got the regular version and then the Momoa version. So that's like the last.
You got your Man Crush little action figure?
That's some of the Lobo books. My favorite ones when he takes on, when he takes on, what is it? Santa Claus. Probably just, I don't know. It's one of those fun books. I still have his first appearance. I used to have 20 copies of his first appearance. Me and a friend, when we were doing shows, we bought off a guy a thick, about 2 inches thick worth of.
I mean, it's still a cheap book. It used to be a whole lot cheaper, but
yeah, I think I had 3 or 4 graded when I first started this up. They all came back 9.8s. I got rid of all of them for $400 each and kept one for myself. So a lot of those beginning books I sent in, they must have been grading really easy, or I must have kept them in good shape. Because like my first Gambit came back as a 9.8, at least why I think it's first Gambit, the X-Men book. So I don't know.
Glenn, I 100% understand where you're coming from, and normally, and quite frequently, I do. But I happen to be bored and in between a couple things right now.
There you go.
And Eddie cries if I leave him without making an appearance too often. He goes, Rob's too big for me. He doesn't care about me.
When was the last time we actually talked about Rob? We had DJ on here a few weeks ago.
You talk about Rob all the time. You're like, Rob won't show up. I give him a link, but he won't show up.
Not really.
So I have to show up from time to time.
We even thought about
just to make an appearance and make Eddie think I like him.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
I enjoy the best thing about coming here and being on this show, aside from getting to talk about just completely oddball random shit that has nothing to do with comics whatsoever, and being amongst like-minded cranky people, is to listen to Eddie go on and know that as often as I think that maybe I spend a little bit frivolously, there's somebody out there who's doing a better job than I am of spending money they probably shouldn't.
I just like that I feel healthy in comparison. I'm kidding.
You're right there. Are you constipated?
What's up, bud? Oh, Jesus. All right.
Well, I figure you guys are talking enough. I can sit here and do some stuff I got to do.
Fair enough. Wow.
I'm pricing stuff out to sell.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. I'm just pricing crap to sell.
Are you going to Heroes this year, Rob?
I am not, because my youngest is graduating that weekend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I'm a broke bitch, so I can't go. But
right. Well, that was not going to stop me. I would have been there if it wasn't for the fact that I need to be in Oregon at the same time.
Sure.
So
I'm this is maybe a fool's errand, but I'm working on it. I'm doing my darndest to turn failure force into a living. So we'll see if I can pull it off. But
Nice.
like I spent all day today setting up email automations, which is super fun.
What are you automating for? I'm just curious. I don't know.
I mean, there's a bunch of different setup like flows I have. I have like a abandoned cart flow, abandoned browsing flow. I have a sunset flow. If somebody hasn't looked at the site now or interacted with anything like 120 days, that one's I'm not so. Some of these are future proofing like things down the line, but like, it's all just to encourage people to come back and buy more shit. Basically, it's the whole point of any of these flows, but just setting up a bunch of them. So
to automate an order to go that triggers the ordering process with the suppliers, since it's all print.
Yeah, that's already basically in the way that Shopify
part of what they provide. Yeah.
So it's just the idea, and then like upsell flow. Where like I'm like, hey, if you get free shipping or if you hit this threshold, that kind of stuff. Just that because I'm also going to be running ads, and that's fine.
Oh, cool.
The difference. Well, the ads are paid acquisition, but once they're acquired, the email is free. So.
Yep. All right. Cool, man.
Nice.
Good luck.
I mean, we'll see. It might not work, but it's either this or I guess
you'll be another one of those countless funny shirt people that pop up in my Facebook feed.
Yeah, but I'm hoping mine are either funnier or more niche targeted to comic book nerds and stuff. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've never bought any off of them for me. I've always bought them for other people. So I don't know. Right now I get a lot of D&D ones because I bought D&D ones for my son.
Oh, your son, yeah.
I had my switcher, but it kind of.
I have a few D&D ones on the site. I'm a broad spectrum nerd lover, but
all the way nerd lover.
It's going to be more along the lines of like life's a critical failure. I might as well wear the shirt or something. I don't know. I just spitball dumb shit.
Well, the ones I've seen so far are pretty cool. Every time when they do come up, I've had a few times.
Are you subscribed to my email? You'll start getting new product notifications too. So I
take it with some subscribe right on the website, correct? So it won't be that bad.
And you get a discount code if you do. So
cool. Yeah, I've been subscribing to a lot of my new fun my cheap obsession I've been doing. So yeah, I'll definitely hit on there.
They're called ladies of the night. You don't have to call them cheap obsessions.
No, my wife got me a watch for my birthday and a watch for our anniversary. A watch for my birthday and a watch for my anniversary. So now I wanted I for some reason it started popping up on my feeds about watches.
Are you late for something?
No, I just like them. And people just I find it funny of all these really expensive ass watches. So I had to buy some cheap holders, card holders on Temu and whatever, and they started offering me cool looking watches for $1.67, $3, $5, $8. Yeah, they're China. So I had fun. I started ordering one or two just for the shits of it.
Oh, there you go.
So.
Well, like we talked about, Mr. Chip Gettler is now a watch kind of.
Oh yeah, I watch him on what do you call it? He's way more into the way more expensive stuff than I'll ever have. I just have fun doing it.
He's abandoned. I don't know if he's abandoned his comic book collecting, but he's definitely added another thing to it, and now he collects expensive watches.
Yep, he is definitely on the expensive watch. I mean,
that's the one thing I've managed to mostly do. I stay in my fucking lane. I've not added toys or cards or like comics.
Oh, I've always been into multiple things.
Oh, I could be. I mean, I love like action figures and statues and that kind of shit. However, I'm a baller on a budget. Like, it's.
The thing with watches is I abandoned watches so much that even like when they tried to send me this free Fitbit or not, it wasn't a Fitbit, Garmin thing for this thing that I was on or that I am on with all the sensors and shit. They're like, I would try to wear it. It was just annoying the crap out of me because I'm not used to wearing a watch anymore. It actually started causing my skin to break out and stuff. So I quickly said, forget it. And I just bought the Aura ring because I'm like, okay, that I can handle wearing a ring.
I have to wear a silicone band on mine. Otherwise I get reactions, everything too. So I get it.
The silicone band was actually, I think, what was causing mine.
Oh, well, all right.
Because that's what mine had. And I couldn't replace it with a normal watch band because my wife said, oh, on mine, I just replaced a watch band. I said, yeah, well, the one they sent me, which was free, doesn't have that. And
I
the
hate
face on it was so small.
Yeah. I've got one that gives you my sleep score and the blood pressure, all that
Yeah.
bullshit. I'm like,
well, like my Atari one gives me my heart rate and my steps every day. So
can you also play Pac-Man on it?
I can. No, it plays Pong, Breakout, Missile Command, and Centipede.
I think
Yeah,
technology peaked in the 80s with those watches that were just
right.
Yeah, well, no, those were all black and white in the 80s. This one I have
I
actually.
know that's what I'm saying,
yeah.
Eddie. It's progression was not needed past that.
I know.
We've gone too far.
It's still
so the ring actually. So it does like it won't do the blood pressure, but it does do pulse, and it gets your breathing, and it gets your sleep scores and all that other fun stuff. But then it also starts getting in your stress level. And then it also starts getting like your activities and tracker, and then it starts doing other things over time. So that as you as longer you wear it, it starts doing. It has different scores for different things, different categories. Your readiness, your I forget. Anyways, a whole bunch of different stuff, and eventually it starts predicting things. Like all of a sudden, like what it starts telling you, like, oh, hey, based on your things, it looks like you're out of sorts. You might, take it easy. You might be coming down with something, or it's these different types of things. It starts building out over time your overall health, what needs help. Like right now, it's telling me that my cardiovascular health needs improvement, that my heart is about 6.5 years older than the rest of my body, and that I need to do a better job of getting up and moving around.
Yeah. I've got mine set to bug me every hour.
It's pretty interesting what all these things will do.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I'm really kind of it would really be cool if if they would all 100% talk to each other. Like some of them will partially talk to each other through third-party apps and stuff. Like the Google Fit will take in most of the information from this and that, the other thing. But like my Dexcom sensor, like the Aura Ring will communicate with Dexcom, but not this particular model, only the OTC model. But the prescription model, oh no, we don't do that one. It's like, really? How about
sometimes. Glenn, did you at least got a lot of money for that watch and AR? You definitely need more bangles and bracelets. And Los Crucius, I think Eddie might have died, so we'll never know how April Fool's birthdays are.
It's fine, really. Doesn't birthdays and April Fools really don't. Now that I'm too old to worry about it, I can go to IHOP and get the 55 and above menu. So
April Fool's Day is just the worst, only as an adult, because you have to remember not to go online that day, because everybody thinks they're being hilarious, and it's already bad enough you can't trust half the shit on the internet. When you can't trust anything on the internet, it's like fuck. Oh, why the hell is CNN doing April Fool's stories? Why the fuck? Come on.
I mean, they're on the best dev days right nowadays. CNN doesn't have great content.
I was just using them as an example of somebody who shouldn't.
I know. I know.
Ever doing that, but yes, sold scraps.
Wow, nice.
Well, yeah, I'm going through about 10,000 cards to try to sell as much as I can on eBay. I guess
you're doing them in bulk, or you sold them individually, or
individually. I bought a bulk thing of on Temu, packing 8x4 padded envelopes.
I mean, at least cards are easy to ship.
That's what I like about it. I mean, there's a few bigger items I've got a tub full of what I have on there, and then these things were $10 each, and because I do all the hard holders for them. And
is that your CD case?
Fair enough, Glenn.
So it carries all the cards in hard holders. So put them into different, AR.
If I were Eddie's parents, I'd have been like, "Your birthday's April Fool's. April Fool's. It's not really."
And my parents actually made sure they muted it. they made sure I was going to, do that. So
I have a new pet peeve amongst comic book collectors.
Oh God.
Oh, now what?
My new pet peeve is room tours where somebody has plastic shelving with 5 boxes of comics across a single plastic shelf, and the fuckers are all sagging like.
Oh, you mean like all this shit behind me? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You don't have. It's the ones like people have that will span. They're like 48-inch spans, so they'll hold like 4 or 5 short box, usually 5 short boxes or something, and you'll see them and they're all sagging like crazy. You're just like, man, that fucking shit's gonna break.
Those are my like long boxes downstairs that nobody sees that are going on eBay because I don't care. I just need to know off the ground. But yeah,
the crazy bit is like now I have actually found there are because I have one set of plastic shelves like that I use for other stuff, but all my comics are all on metal shelves. There are some really inexpensive, I mean, they're not great, not the greatest quality metal shelves, but if you have the ability to actually attach them to studs,
oh yeah,
like, they become super, super rigid and they hold the 200 plus pounds where they're metal and they don't fucking sag. And it's fucking great. I bought like several of them. I got like 2 sets of shelves that 6-foot shelves for and that were 4 feet wide and 6 feet tall and soft as a downy chick. They're made from the feathers of 11 geese. Bought 2 sets of shelves for like $100 on Amazon, delivered, and installed them in the shed. Once you attach them to the studs, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I these are all like shelves I inherited from people. Like, oh, you want a free shelf? I'm like, yeah, sure. So, but they do what they need to do for what I'm using for right now. They're not pretty, so you're not getting a room tour, Rob. So hopefully, I'm like avoiding your pet.
Well, that's fine then. You're not gonna. If I don't have a room tour, it's not just stacked up behind you where in your main camera space, and I can't. It doesn't. But what I don't see doesn't bother me. It's why I can eat fast food. I've never worked fast food, and I don't look into the kitchen generally. So to me, they're all gloved and well groomed individuals on sanitary surfaces that are preparing their food hot and fresh for me.
There you go.
Yeah. My ignorance is bliss.
That's how I feel about all the world's best cheap Mexican joints and everything, or not just, and cheap restaurants anywhere.
Every cart that's rolling around the streets,
yes,
with questionable sanitation.
So the city of Milwaukee, I don't live in Milwaukee, but the city of Milwaukee just passed an ordinance banning food trucks after 10 p.m. I'm like, what the hell?
What?
That seems dumb. Food trucks
because
at least
they're blaming. They're saying it's to help curb help cut down on violence. I'm like,
because people
it's violent is when you can't get fucking food.
You're fucking hungry.
It's encouraging people to hang out and all this other stuff.
It's dumb shit. I mean, it's
the modern day cruising, right? So you remember like late in the late 90s,
all the time.
that was the thing everywhere. They started shutting down cruising all across America.
Yeah, I know. But it's like also we're like the drunkest state in the nation, and so like people drink till 2 a.m. regularly, and not being able to have any food after that, it's a detriment because they also drive their drunk asses home. Not that food makes it much better, but it doesn't hurt.
I'd like to take this opportunity as a public service reminder here for everyone that May 10th is Mother's Day. You have about 2 weeks until Mother's Day. Plan ahead. Don't wait till the last minute. Your flowers that you send her will cost a lot less.
There you go.
I guess I should. My mom's up in Sacramento now, so I got to call.
Or if you really want to make mom excited, because remember her age, go buy a card and post it in the mail and have it arrive to her via mail before Mother's Day. She will think you are the best. You remembered her. You thought of her. Hell, let's go one more. You ready for this one? Here's my let your mom know you love her tip. Pick up the phone and call her. Why is she always bugging me? Asking me, why doesn't he call? Why won't he call? Doesn't he love his mother? Pick up the phone and call your mom, okay? And send her a card. Do both. Maybe even let her talk. You don't have to talk to her for long. Have the kids nearby. Say hi to mom. And then say, hey, would you like to talk to your grandkids?
There you go. Pawn your mom off like a good son.
Suckers. Sorry.
Uh-huh. And on that note,
I had Taco Bell for the third time in 10 years today. You know, I do actually periodically still love a good Taco Bell, just basic taco, even though I miss the days of $6 for a 10-pack.
Yeah.
Now it's like $20 for a 10-pack or something. But especially since I found that they're much better if you get them double meat.
None of the Taco Bells near me do breakfast, and that's the only Taco Bell items I really like.
For me, if I was going to go out to eat for breakfast and I'm not going to sit down, it's always I'd rather have McDonald's of all of them.
I mean, I like the McDonald's too, and you and I vastly disagree on what to order there because the sausage McGriddle is the way to go.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the McGriddle. You're right. Yeah. And I'm a big fan of taking an Egg McMuffin but substituting real bacon for the Canadian ham.
Yeah. And this is why our hearts are 6 years older than the rest of us.
I get two of them, throw away two of the English muffins and put them together, so I have a Big Mac breakfast.
Ooh, they should invent that.
Well, first of all, they should sell the bacon Egg McMuffin as a regular fucking breakfast item. That's been like the biggest hole in their menu for a million years.
Yeah, a ton of holes in their menu.
But yes, I'm surprised that they have not come up with the breakfast Mac.
Yeah,
which is just double. You could even throw in, because you want to be fine. Go make your bread maker give you a third fucking English muffin that's double sided, even for that matter. If you really want,
what they could do is the double eggs, and then instead of the bread in the middle, they could
put the pancake one. No, hash brown patty would be good.
Yeah.
But you could go back to now your McGriddle as your middle bun.
Ooh, that'd be good too. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Just get all the flavors at once. But
this is why congenital heart failure and
and then Burger King. The only thing they're worth eating for breakfast is their Egg-normous burrito.
Burger King in general just sucks.
Oh, so they have a Egg-normous burrito. It's actually a fucking big burrito, and it's eggs, bacon, cheese, hash browns. That's it. Easy peasy. You can't go wrong with that combination.
I don't eat much.
Well, I guess there's a tortilla in there, but I mean,
you tried the bagels at McDonald's?
No, I'm not a fan of them. I've also tried their steak, which is just a hamburger patty.
Oh, that is disgusting.
It's a weird hamburger patty. It's not quite a hamburger patty. It's like a mushed together steak, but the onions and that sauce they put on it's not bad. The patty sucks. The patty sucks.
Well, Glenn, you'll be disappointed to know that I'm not cooking anything tonight. Tonight is Tuesday, so we're experimenting with something new. We found out that at KFC Tuesdays around here is $10 Tuesdays. So their 8-piece bucket, which is normally $24, is only $10. So
last few times I've had KFC, it's been so greasy because the one they have here is a mix of Taco Bell and they don't have it.
It's never great. Don't get me wrong. I'll get sick and tired of it very quick. Yeah. I much prefer Popeyes, but every once in a while
we have a Popeyes.
I like to mix it up. And I'll tell you this: the original recipe breading on the fried chicken doesn't have the same glucose impact as when I eat the Popeyes. It's less breading and stuff.
Sure.
So it's better for me.
KFC is all shut down now, you mean?
I did. Oh, so now I'm down so far 22 pounds, and my
congratulations.
My A1C. Yeah, I'm now without clothing. I'm at like 198. I have not been that since high school.
Well, I'd rather you weigh yourself with clothing if we're around.
Yeah, I know. But then, can you guess the A1C dropped from 9 to?
Are you 6'5"?
6'9".
6.9.
I mean, because I still have some
Good
sugar.
progress. Yeah, no.
But that's just because of the pill. I mean, it's because of the shot. I mean, it's
whatever.
the bad part. I mean, it's working at least. So, but this whole vertigo shit, I'd like it to go away. I stopped taking the medication, and I took the medication for a week, and I want to see how bad I have it still. Because first few days of that vertigo, whatever this ear thing happening, and he wants to go see a specialist for some exercises for vertigo. So I don't know. The guy at work's wife had it. So.
I say that your best solution for vertigo is free climbing.
Yeah. Or to stand right.
You're either going to get over it or you won't.
Or to stand right at the edge of a ledge.
Everything's just feels fine now. I took my last pill this morning, and it's only 3 times a day you take this little pill, and it stops everything from shifting, and I feel fine now. I'm a little wobbly when I walk, but it's not terrible.
Now all is right with the chat. We've touched on Eddie's ailments weekly, so we've now covered the bases.
Thanks, Las Cruces.
Yeah, that's good. I've not been. Well, I mean, I've lost weight, but not a lot. That's for sure. Because I haven't been focused on it or trying. It's just been kind of like. I guess I've been trying in the fact that I'm not like when I got hungry today for a snack, I went and grabbed some carrots rather than grabbing, the stack of cookies that are there. The fact that I bought 10 boxes of Girl Scout cookies and I still have 10 boxes of Girl Scout cookies a month later, that's
nice. Yeah, I still do my little ice cream every once in a while.
I'm down 19 pounds since I started the Zepbound.
Nice. 2.5 still.
It's a start, right? Everything's a start.
Start 2.5, but I go up to 5 on Friday. So
yeah, but I'm on my
20 pounds. That's bigger than my bowling ball. So there you go.
I got a long ways to go. I'm working.
When I lay down, you can see my ribs. It's fun I'm 198 now, so I'm happy. I'd like to get down to about 190. We'll see if that happens.
All right.
Man,
on that note, I gotta go to bed. I'm dying.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do if I got down that low.
Yeah, I guess. Well, what I've been eating.
I'd have to
have
I'd have to change my name to Rob's Sexy Stacks or something.
There you go.
I've been eating cottage cheese with some hard granola on top with some dried cranberries. That's been breakfast or dinner at some days.
Yeah.
My breakfast is typically eggs with some sort of protein because I have to have protein in the morning. Otherwise, my natural glucose spike takes off. So the protein staves it off. I can do like a spoon of peanut butter or something. I'll cut it off if I'm in a hurry, but I much prefer to have some eggs and
blueberries,
salmon eggs or eggs
yogurt and granola. Anyway,
the Jimmy Dean's egg sandwiches they have, they're frozen.
I make my own.
I know.
Take the muffin tin and put like you make that your own egg bites. You take take a slice of ham, put that down there, put an egg in there, some bacon bits and cheese, and then bake it, and then you can just put them in the fridge and just take one out. And
this is really breakfast, but yeah, I'm going to bed. Yep. Good night, all. Thanks for coming on out.
You guys,
breakfast. No, we shouldn't.
You guys almost lasted an hour.
I know.
Well, I saw Taylor starting to yawn, so he's about ready to go. So.
Yeah, I also said I was leaving and going to bed, and you just didn't hear that.
Just because it's nearly 10 o'clock where you're at.
Yeah.
Well, not for Eddie, but
no, it's 8 o'clock.
It's only 9 here, but I go to bed at like 9:30. So
I go to bed at 9, usually 9:30. Get
about 8. Good night, everybody. We don't need to keep this going.
When
we go to bed.
Oh, you mean I can't just kind of